You know, there's something about being an older woman that makes every little detail matter. Men often think fashion is just clothes, fabric, a way to cover the body. But when you've lived long enough, when you've worn it all, tried it all, you realize fashion is something else entirely. It's a language, a way to speak without words, to touch without touching, to pull someone closer without ever lifting a finger. And if there is one thing I've learned, it's that a man can't look away when a woman truly knows how to use her legs, her stockings, her heels, and her dress like weapons. Take stockings, for example. Most men see them as an accessory. But you know better. They're a ritual. Imagine me sitting on the edge of the bed, slowly rolling sheer fabric up my leg. First over the toes, then the ankle, then smoothing it higher and higher until it hugs the thigh. It's a deliberate act, slow enough that you can't help but watch. The silk clings in just the right way, shaping the calf, defining the thigh, leaving that thin seam like a trail for your eyes to follow. Older women understand that stockings aren't worn to keep warm. They're worn to set a man's mind on fire, to make him picture what's just beneath, to make him ache to slide his hand under the edge where fabric meets skin. And then there are heels. Do you realize what heels really do? They don't just add height. They force a woman's body to move differently. They arch the back, tighten the calves, make the hips sway just a little more with every step. You hear me before you see me. The sharp rhythm of heels clicking against the floor, and it makes your chest tighten because you know who's coming. When I walk into a room, the sound of my heels is an announcement, but the sight of my legs in them is the punishment. Every step is a performance, every pause an invitation. And the best part? I know you're watching. I know exactly where your eyes are, and I don't need to hurry. The longer you watch, the weaker your will gets. Now dresses, that's where the real art lies. A well-cut dress is more dangerous than any bare skin because it knows how to tease. A hemline that ends just above the knee shows enough to make you restless, but still leaves your imagination running wild. A slit at the side lets you catch flashes of thigh as I walk past, just enough to distract you, never enough to satisfy. And when I sit down, the dress shifts, rides up just a little, revealing the darker edge of the stocking underneath. You know you shouldn't look, but you do. That's the point. I don't stop you. I want you restless, unsettled, distracted by the possibility of more. The way the fabric moves matters too. A fitted dress that hugs the hips leaves no doubt about my shape. A softer flowing dress brushes against my legs with every step, like it's teasing both of us, daring you to wonder how it feels to touch. Sometimes it clings, sometimes it slides away just enough to let you glimpse what's beneath. That's the secret. Dresses play with your patience. They never give you everything at once. But the real power doesn't come from the clothes themselves. It comes from the woman who wears them. At my age, I don't dress to impress. I dress to control. I know how to cross my legs in a way that keeps your eyes locked. I know how to uncross them slowly, deliberately, as if time itself stretched, just to make you wait. I know how to stand, how to lean, how to tilt my head so you can't decide whether to look at my lips, my legs, or the line of my dress. Fashion, for me, is not a cover, it's a tool, a weapon. And I've had decades to learn how to wield it. That's what younger women sometimes miss. They think it's about showing more. But men don't crave what's shown, they crave what's hidden. They crave the suggestion, the slow reveal, the game of almost but not yet. Stockings, heels, dresses, they are all part of that game. They make you imagine how the skin feels beneath the nylon, how the heel would dig into your back if I pressed close, how the fabric would slide up higher if I leaned forward just a little too much.